Most youth hailing from the northern part of Ghana move down south in hope for greener pastures. Abdul Rashid may be one of the over thousands who are yet to break the shackles of financial constraints after he moved down south. After his secondary education at Boko in the Upper East region, Rashid returned to his aged father at Krakye in the Ashanti region to take up his cocoa farming business.
Papa na bedoye to the boy mama ko school na timi yeses na ono so abre.
My father started this cocoa farming business. He used the money he got to cater for my secondary education. But now he's grown, so I've taken up the job. These dried cocoa beans can be here for almost a week without I gaining any money, unless I borrow money to transport them and use the little I get to pay up the debts. Cocoa, as a golden commodity, provides livelihood for over 700,000 farmers in the southern tropical belt of Ghana. Rashid hoped the cocoa farming business, which catered for all his secondary education expenses, would do same now. But times are not the same anymore. Recent inflation in the country is crumbling his cocoa farming business.
Cocoa na eteno. Beko akodono. Sikaro kagoto endro be gu afuo no kra no na ya asem because that time na cocoa no be so ye ni sika bia e be dey ye betun dia gu afuo no cocoa no mba ya ye ni sika bia ye betun dia gu afuo.
The money to even buy fertilizer is even a problem. Until the cocoa is harvested, we cannot get any money for fertilizer, and by the time we harvest the cocoa, the money we earn will be used to pay up the debts. I used to harvest 15 bags, but now I can only harvest 5 bags. Petrol prices are even expensive too.
Petrol more than then I got to petrol. Say we go for now. Food was 10 acres. Guess it was 5 gallons be and Sunday to me we say 1 gallon be and 450. And no in against here.
Rashid is not alone in the cocoa farming business. His brother, Isa Abbas, joined him from the north to continue plowing their father's over 10 acres of cocoa farm together. He anticipated a good living condition down south. However, proceeds from the farm are not enough to support his family of 3.
By Ashanti say cocoa jima kakra na ya de e sika atua akọ school na
I came down south to earn some cash to continue my education, but it appears where I were is better. I have no other job to fend for myself and family. I rely on this cocoa farming business.
Cocoa juma na me nti kakra mbeya no cocoa sika na kakra mbeya ene na ne agidie cocoa ne onya ne dodo a ene na wodi timi ye de ede ye bibi nti ema wanya na dodo a ontimi fa ye hwe.
His wife, Latifa, is fed up with the recent expensive cost of living at the village. One may argue the rural areas are blessed with cheaper and abundant foodstuff, but Latifa does not sing in unison with this notion.
We are not earning enough from the cocoa farm. It was better before, but not now. I've even suggested to my husband to stop farming and find another job.
The farmers are not the only ones bearing the brunt. Cocoa carriers are also worried over the meager commission they accrue after trekking for hours to send home the bags of cocoa from the farm. Majid and his colleagues carry a bag of cocoa for 3 Ghana cedis, an amount they say is not enough for financial upkeep. We used to carry a bag for 1 cedi 50 pesos, but it's now 3 Ghana cedis. The maximum cash I can make in a day is just 10 Ghana cedis. I can only carry 3 bags in a day. Despite cocoa being a rich source of Ghana's income, these actors in the cocoa industry cannot say the same about their livelihoods.
Well, on the back of that reality where those in the farming business are bleeding, so to speak, we're joined by Reverend Evans Tre Mensah. He's CEO of Agric Impact. Reverend Mensah, thank you so much for joining the conversation. I think you'd have to unmute so we can hear what you're saying. Right.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Benjamin, thank you very much. As you can see, I'm in traffic to the airport to catch a flight to Kumasi.
Right. So it's all business. It's all business for you this morning. Good to hear. Now, you've followed what we've been putting out there. Our recent Living Standard series has to do with farmers who are now resorting to petty trading. Some of them are moving into the Okada business and all of that. The last time you were here in the studio, you spoke about the hurdles that you're facing, economic hurdles among others. So you can relate to these challenges. But how bad is it? Has anything improved since the last time we spoke?
Benjamin, let me be frank with you. I think that the way things are going now, looking at the rising cost of fuel, the Russian-Ukraine issues, crisis, I think that the farmers are going to really have a tough time now because input supply, input costs, mechanization costs, labor costs is not going to go down. They are all going to go up. And that means that production cost is going to be high, at a very astronomical level. And that will be very serious because it's going to affect productivity. It's going to affect labor, how many people that we are going to employ on the farm to help us. It's going to affect even efficiency of the labor work on the farm. Because normally when we get them on the farm and they are working, they are helping, what we do is that we give them lunch, okay? And that lunch is a cost on us, okay, personally. But now that things are hard, food prices are up and all that, it will be very difficult for me to pay labor costs and at the same time pay for food for food. So things are tough. I can really feel how the farmers are going through. I saw the documentary, how the young guy is saying that it was even better for him to have been in the north than to be here. And I can agree with him because this is a very, 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 very unlucky situation for us as farmers. But there is still hope. I see hope. The reason why I see hope is that we are believe government has also to come to that. Let me also say that farming is highly capital intensive. Sense, anything that affects the exchange rate, anything that affects fuel will automatically affect us. And that is why we want the government to be at the forefront, leading this charge, making sure that farmers, have incentives that will be able to help them to be able to do the work that we are doing. It's not easy this time. Some of my friends who are already in it are all complaining. Some of them have not even started plowing because they don't know how the mechanization cost is going to be like. So it's tough. It's tough, Benjamin, but we are looking forward to seeing what the government will do in the next few days, how they are going to work around the cost of fuel, the cost of farm implements, fertilizer, weedicide, herbicides, and all those things. So let's see how it goes. But I can really tell you that it is a tough time for farmers. I mean, very, very, very tough for us.
Right. You say you're heading for the Ashanti region, and we've been interacting with farmers there as well. Do you have any stories to tell of your colleague farmers and what they're going through in that part of the country?
Oh, like I said, I'm on different platforms and farming platforms, and I can tell you the complaint that is going on. I think that the cost of fuel has resulted in all these things. Having said that, we still have to eat because food is very key. It's part and parcel of our life. If we don't eat, we can't work. If we don't eat, we can't go to school. If we don't eat, we can't do anything. So we still have to be on the ground. We still have to work. We still have to do what we have to do. But what we are saying is that we need the government, we need stakeholders, those who are in charge managing the economy, to be able to help us. And I believe that I heard the Deputy Minister of Finance, making a good case for helping the economy to be on track. So let's hope and see in the coming days what happened. But I can assure you that we are not relenting. We believe that we have a stake in the nation, the national life, to make everybody healthy, to get the right food for all of us and all that. So we will do our best. But what we are saying is that farmers are not taking it very easy this time. It's tough for us. Farm implements are up, mechanization costs are up, labor is up, which will affect productivity, which will affect storage, which will affect distribution and all the value chain. So we really have to do something about it and act urgently.
All right, so you've told us about what you expect from government. Let me just run two things quickly by you. The first one has to do with the e-levy. We have all the things that we are looking at, the fuel prices that you've spoken about, the cost of labor, the exchange rate, and all of that. The e-levy is here with us. From the 1st of May, we are all going to have to cede to it as far as our electronic transactions are concerned. How do you feel about that?
Once it's a government policy, and there is nothing I can do about it. The only thing we have to do is that now that the e-levy is coming, we have to all adjust. We have to plan our lives very well around it. And also, like the business I'm doing, I need to now begin to cut certain quote and unquote unwanted stuff that may take some stuff out, eat into my budget. So it's about planning, it's about management. And we are saying that.
So you say it's about planning, it's about management.
As the e-levy.
Right. Does that also mean that when you say you're going to trim down, that will affect jobs and all of that, but does that also mean that you're going to try to avoid the levy in some way?
I can avoid, because the kind of work we are doing, you can avoid mobile money transfer, because most of the farmers, most of the colleagues that we work with, they depend on it. Is what they use. They don't. Some of them are not. Don't have bank accounts, so they bank all their money in their Momo. So definitely we are going to use it. Sometimes we have to transfer monies to mechanization firms, give monies to those input suppliers and all that. So we will go with it. But what I'm saying is that as the money comes in, we expect government to utilize the money appropriately so that it will trickle down to the development agenda that the Deputy Finance Minister said, will really go all around and everybody will have the impact of it. Once we are paying all these taxes, we expect that it will go to the places and do the things that we expect it to do. So as for avoiding, I don't think that we can be able to avoid it because it's part of the business and our farmers depend on it. Our laborers depend on it. So I think that we are in for it, but we expect that the money should be used judiciously and go into other sectors that will also spur the economic growth that we are expecting from them.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts there, Evans Chere Mensah. And we wish you the very best as you journey to the Ashanti region this morning. That was Reverend Evans Tremens, CEO of Agric Impact. And of course, we look forward to the presentation by Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia later today at around 1 p.m. Stay with us, we'll bring you all the details of that. But this is how we wrap up on the AM show for this Thursday morning. My name is Benjamin Akakpo. Thank you for your company. Our major bulletins come your way at 10 and at noon. Do stay for the rest of our programming.